Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. We finally have some content on global. We have the EZA SSJ3 Bardock and all the other Bardocks that have got sub EZAs, which I'll be doing content on very soon. We do have him rainbowed, we do have him level 10 links. Speaking of his link set, in terms of actual individual links, you know, Experience Fires, The First Awakened, you know, Super Saiyan, Fierce Battle, good links. As an actual set though, a little bit wonky. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, one of the best units he can link with right now is actually the Fizz Bardock, who also just got an EZA. I'll do a proper video on him like after this one. But realistically, he has a little bit of a wonky link set. Just because, you know, over in a Flash limit breaking form, they're Super Saiyan 3 links, and there's not many Super Saiyan 3 category units right now on Dokkan who are actually viable for harder content, aside from mainly the Fizz transforming SSJ3 Goku. Especially at this point, he kind of needs dupes. I'm not gonna lie, he's still very good, but he does kind of need dupes just to help him out a little bit. Experience Fighters, not a lot of the like better units in the game actually have, like, it's not a common link. Like, when you look at these units, how often are you going to be running these kind of guys with the SSJ3 Bardock? Not often. One of his better linking partners is literally this guy right here, but hopefully in like a week's time he gets an EZA, or if it is going to be Jeets and they do start EZAing like prior Pure Saiyans units, he may be next year just because Jeets came first. Or you never know, if Dokkan want to go down the route of EZAing them both, I'm completely here for it. And then you also have the First Awakened, which only really UI Gokus have and Super Saiyan Bardocks have, which again, there are not that many good Super Saiyan Bardocks in the game. Yes, the Fizz one's got an EZA, but this guy, very risky to run him in slot 1, even though he does have guard. But if he was floating, you're triggering it like every other turn. So the First Awakened is such a good link because at level 10, I mean, at level 10, you get an extra defense plus 10%. However, you get a 25% attack on it, which is a big attack link to be missing out on. But in terms of our category, we are running 1 to 200% lead. Not the best one. Powerful Comeback does have some very good units, but in general, not the best actual cohesive category or team to run. But I don't have the Dokkan Fest Tech Bardock, and while that is a better suited category for him because there's more options, that's also, it's not a bad 200% lead. It's better than Powerful Comeback, but not one of the best. So his 200% leads also aren't the greatest, but the Dokkan Fest Tech Bardock one definitely is a lot better than Powerful Comeback. But pre-super right now, we are starting with 359k attack stat, 131k defense. The defense doesn't look that good just because most of his defense does come on super. And we do have him linked up not too bad. We are triggering Experience Fighters. We don't get First Awakened just yet. But if we linked him up with just Birdku, we do have the standard Super Saiyan links active as Super Saiyan Prepared for Battle and Fierce Battle. But we're going to leave that Bardock on rotation for now. But do let me know down in the comments what you think of EZA SSJ3 Bardock. And don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. All the support is very much appreciated. Now, again, I don't have the Dokkan Fest Tech Bardock. You know, you could potentially run him with EZA Tech God Goku in there and like Movie Boss Red Zone. 7.6 million attack stats, not bad. Pretty decent damage output already, considering we are missing, like, again, the First Awakened and some extra attack here and there with like Over in a Flash and Limit Breaking Form being level 10 and also Experienced Fighters as well. Still a solid attack stat. See, this is what I mean. He has very good individual links, and Super Saiyan Prepared for Battle and Fierce Battle were great and typical Pure Saiyan links, so it's quite easy to link him on that front. However, in terms of like an actual set, that's where the SSJ3 links, the First Awakening Experience Fighters, they're decent individual links. But as a set with the other three, that's where his link set gets a little bit wonky, and trying to trigger most of them where you have like the common links active with the attack links active, especially the good ones like the First Awakened and Experienced Fighters, you're just not going to be able to activate them all at once. And that's where his link set, as I said, just gets a bit wonky. But yeah, that's not a bad turn 1 attack stat, considering we are missing like Experienced Fighters and First Awakened. But in terms of what he does after EZAing, he's now a flat 170 lead and key +3 for Super Saiyan 3 category, which is quite nice. Super Saiyan 3 did need the buff. However, a lot of those units have aged by this point as well. I said including that Fizz transforming SSJ3 Goku on top of that. But hopefully in the future we could see some resurgence from it. You know, this guy's now got an EZA. You know, the Tech LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku needs one. He's one of the oldest units. He doesn't have one. Hopefully he's going to be good. We also actually need a new one of him with like updated animations and an active skill with Dragon Fist. That will go hard, by the way. Let me know if you want to see that. He could be very, very good as well. There's also potential for the INT transforming SSJ3 Goku to get an EZA. Like, it could have a resurgence. There's a lot of potential buffs on the horizon, or there could be a lot of potential buffs if some of those category units got EZAs. You know, we had some more Dokkan Fest, but I mean, hey, Dokkan, I've literally given you one already with that Goku. But right now, with the UI Goku on rotation, we do have a 399k attack stat pre-super, 144k defense. We do have experienced fighters and the First Awakened active. This is what I mean. You could have units like this and this guy giving him these links, but they just, the units that can offer him these attack links you really want active just aren't viable in today's harder content. Like, they're just not. His EZA is very good, but of course you need to rely on the dodge. Against like Broly, for example, you can't dodge in the final phase. He needs to build up a lot for him to have enough defense, and this guy is just terrible and just has needed an EZA since he first released. So that doesn't help him either, and again, that's where the kind of wonky link set comes in. Like, they're good links, just as an actual set together, not the best. Not the best. But in terms of the rest of his leader skill, he does also provide super int types with key +3, HP and attack and defense +120, does raise his defense by 30% on super, cause immense damage to the enemy in seals. Of course, it'll be good to seal where you can utilize it. 8.43 though, very good attack stat to be putting out. Can we crit him? Can we additional? Actually, why am I saying can we additional? When you have a power beyond a Super Saiyan category ally attacking in the same turn, not on the team, which would have been a lot better, but when they're attacking in the same turn, he will get a guaranteed additional super. Not a chance. That additional is guaranteed when there is another power beyond a Super Saiyan category ally attacking in the same turn, which is very nice. Doing a collective, like, you know, 16 million attack stat there. But in terms of the rest of it, he does get key +3 in attack and defense +100% at the start of turn. He then gets an additional attack and defense +100%. As I said, most of his defense does come from him supering. So as a slot 2 unit, slot 3 unit, that's where he's going to be most ideal. I'm not going to lie, his defense is a little to be desired. Like, he only gets a 30% defense raise. He does start with like between 130, 140, which at the start of turn is not bad, but he doesn't have any other like defensive qualities going for him and doesn't even have a 50% defense raise. So off of one super attack, you're probably looking at, with the 100% attack and defense on super and the 30% defense raise, you're probably looking in the realms of like 300k defense at that point, which isn't enough like for red zone. Like, that's just not up to par for what you need nowadays. Like, it is barely there. Because it's so easy to run him with a power beyond a Super Saiyan category ally, like, you can literally run him on a full power beyond a Super Saiyan category team because, of course, the year 7 gods. So triggering that is incredibly easy to do, but he needs that additional. So the fact there isn't a chance for it is great, because he needs that additional. He needs that second 30% defense raise on super, because then you're looking in the realms of, you know, like 3 to 400k defense from supering, and then the 30% defense raise, and then with the guaranteed additional and getting the second 30% defense raise, you're probably looking at like just over 400k, which is a lot better. That way he can handle a lot more red zone bosses in the game. And then if you have dupes in him, you could potentially get a third super attack, a second additional, raise his defense by 30% again and get closer to 500k, which is more up to the standard and up to par, where you're tanking the majority of red zone bosses for, you know, their basics for double digits without needing an item. But that's a lot of work to get him on, like, on that par, on that standard of defense that we kind of expect from a lot of units and EZAs nowadays. So yeah, his defense hurts him a little bit, but in terms of where you would run him, you're talking slot 2, and you probably want to bring this guy with you because he's very good, has guard, 50% defense raise, a lot of defense. He can go slot 2 or slot 3, and he also supports. And of course, that's the other thing in SSJ3 Bardock's kind of arsenal, is he will provide superclass allies with attack plus 50%. So combined with this guy, you're getting a bunch of support on rotation. And then that's what I'm saying. You either want him in slot 2 and then probably this guy in slot 3, where he'll be chilling, he'll be fine. Or you want this guy in rotation because he gets a lot of defense, he has guard. He needs to be hit to get the guard though, but at least that way he can super first, give him a bit more coverage. And then this guy can go in slot 3. But obviously for the sake of content and red zone, I'll be having him on rotation, and then this guy can go in slot 3. But at least on that one rotation, say if this was like a better unit, like a Birdgoo, at least you'll be getting support from him, support from this guy as well. And then not only that, SSJ3 Bardock himself will also be getting a ton of support from that Fizz Super Saiyan Bardock on top of that, which really does help him out a lot, especially defensively when he needs it. So that will help him out a lot and definitely make him a lot more viable for harder content, and doesn't make him look very good. Like even right now, 428k attack stat pre-super, 160k or in the realms of 160k before we've even supered. Although the AJL Bardock might kill Vegeta here because he doesn't have a lot of health and he does have type advantage. And he's also getting support. And we do have the First Awakened and links like that active where we're getting that big attack buff. He critted. Of course he critted. But of course, the support will help him a lot, which does make up for like where he's lacking defensively, which is really nice. But without the support, as a defensively, his defense is kind of to be desired. It's not that great, I'll be honest. But in terms of damage output, very nice. Very solid. As I said, realistically, if you were actually going to use him, you're probably going to want him in slot 3. Just that way, you know, it's a little bit safer to run him there. Not only that as well, you can make use and really utilize that attack plus 50% on like every other rotation. Or if you run the Super Saiyan Fizz Bardock, you've got constant support going on each rotation with them two, which is really nice. And then, as I said, he's a solid EZA. He's a solid EZA. If he didn't have that guaranteed additional, defensively, I mean, his defense is already, you know, to be desired. Without that guaranteed additional with Power Beyond Super Saiyan category line in a turn, or attacking in the same turn, yeah, defensively he wouldn't be there and he would be meaty. Like, he would be quite bad. Even then, his defense, as I said, it's just a little to be desired. Like, it's not the best, I'll be honest. He can get caught by a few basics, probably not by a lot, but he won't be taking double digits on every single red zone boss's phase, which, you know, can catch you a little bit if you're not careful. But as an EZA overall, from what I'm seeing, he's solid. He's very, very solid. Very, very solid. Like, for example, if we have him on rotation here without, you know, the AGL Bardock and we're not triggering like the First Awakened, we're probably looking at like a much, much less attack stat right now. Yeah, 6.86. It's not bad. That's quite all right. That's solid. That's decent-ish. And again, that's where it really comes in, where I keep saying, like, his links, his actual links are pretty good. Like, he can get a lot from his links. But there's an actual link set where you've got Over in a Flash, Limit Break in Form, which you're only going to trigger with a few units in the game, mainly Super Saiyan 3 units to get both of them at the same time. The First Awaken only comes from UI Gokus and like Super Saiyan Bardocks. And Experienced Fighters, not many units or many very good units in the game actually have that link. As an actual set, I said this is where it gets a little bit wonky. But at least there's the EZA Fizz Bardock could kind of make up for that, because as again, he has support. He's actually a very good EZA and a very good viable unit nowadays because of the EZA. Not only does he have the support, but you're also triggering that First Awaken link, along with links like Super Saiyan, etc. You know, prepared for battle and stuff. So that Fizz Bardock really does help him a lot. I think if that Bardock didn't have an EZA, triggering his links would be a lot more difficult. Or at least triggering, like, you know, the decent attack links. Again, First Awaken being the primary one that I'm talking about. So his damage output wouldn't be the best. You're talking like just under 7 mil, which is not bad. It's okay, it's not bad. And defensively, he's already, you know, not the best defensively. So at least this Bardock's here to kind of help him out. But overall, his EZA is solid. It's nothing special, I'm not gonna lie. It's nothing special. But he's solid. And again, realistically, you're going to be running him in slot 2. But I think if you were going to take him on like a serious run, like I'm only going to have him in slot 2 because I want to make content on him. But realistically, you would probably have him in slot 3. Just so you can utilize that support and kind of try and keep him away from a lot of danger as much as possible. But outside of that, you know, as I said, triggering is additional, very easy. Support, very nice. Decent damage output when you're triggering the links that matter. And not only that, triggering his built-in additional, very easy to do because you can just run him on a Power Beyond a Super Saiyan category team. I know that's only a 170 lead, but in general, his 200% leads, while the Dokkan Fest Tech Bardock is better than Powerful Comeback, but of course, I don't have him, so I can't run that. While that is better, they're not the greatest 200% leads all in all. But even on a 170 lead, I don't think he'll do too badly just because it's easier to link him there. You know, you get the guaranteed additional pretty much at all times on that category. And then not only that as well, you can again also run the EZA Super Saiyan Fizz Bardock with him on that team as well. So all in all, before we get the final rotation, which is I want that EZA Fizz Bardock with him to see the support, because AJL Bardock took the limelight. Gosh, hopefully he gets an EZA in the future. It's not your time yet. Once we get that rotation, the video will be done. But as I said, his EZA is solid. I don't think it's anything special. It's not blowing me away. Defensively, he's a bit meh. But all in all, if I'm being brutally honest, it's a solid EZA. He does the job. It's a solid EZA. It's a decent buff to Super Saiyan 3. However, that category needs a lot of that category needs a big pick me up at this point because so many units have aged. But it's a solid EZA. It doesn't blow me away. He's not bad. He's not terrible. But he's not amazing either. He's not new best EZA in the game. You know, he's not like top 3. He's not top 5 either, I don't think. But he's a solid EZA and he does the job. So I can easily see why people would think he's mid. I'm not gonna lie, at first I did think he was mid as well. Change my opinion slightly. I can see how you think he's mid. But he's solid. He's solid. At best, he is solid. But in terms of the support, with at least the first Awaken active, I'm actually gonna do, yeah, I'm gonna do this so we can actually see it trigger. What is he putting out on his final super attack? What are we saying? 9 mil. I mean, Vegeta did dodge it, but 9 million is very, very good. 9 million is very, very good. But as I said, in terms of a wonky link set, not the best defensively. I can easily see why people would think he was mid. I did as well. But all in all, when you consider you have that Fizz Bardock, and you know, when you do have like certain links active, and you do run him in the correct space with the correct units, solid. Yeah, solid at best. Solid at best. He doesn't blow me away at best. He's decent. He's solid. He's all right. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. As I said before, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you are new. The support is very much appreciated. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care and push.